Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D. I will be your vitamin D. Welcome to the Zillionaires Club. And today, I want to share with you why you should listen to long format interview. In not the previous video, but the one before that, I was talking about Andrew Tate, and recently I saw an interview of Kanye with Piers Morgan. I would never listen to Piers Morgan, but because Andrew Tate was on there and Kanye was on there, that's the only reason why I listened to it. The other three people that I actually spent hours and hours listening to their interview, PBD, Patrick Bet David podcast, Dr. Peterson, and there's another one. For now, we'll just leave it as that, okay? So there's only two. I remember there's one more. If I can't think of it on top of my head, it means that I don't listen to it enough. But my friend, I think the other one's Andrew. Yeah, Andrew Tate. He's on Rumble. How dare you? How dare you? But, when I start listening to Kanye, I mean, I don't know anything about Kanye, his music, what he's about, until he supported, Donald Trump, and then, they called him crazy and all that crap, and then, his wife, at the time, Kim Kardashian. So his life is kind of like, but then recently, with him and Candace Owen, they came out and they wore the shirt that said white lives matter, and everyone just went berserk. Why you do that? Only black lives matter. There's no such thing as white lives matter. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anyway, when I started listening to Kanye, like, in the long format, okay? These people, when they speak, very eloquent. They know what they're talking about. When they talk about a topic, there is the past, there is the present, and the future. And they think back and forth. Now, the media, I don't know much about Piers Morgan, but I heard of his name, but then at the same time, today is 10/22 of 2022. So yesterday was 10/21st, November 21st. Katie Hopkins, she was on PBD podcast, Patrick Bet David podcast. I've never heard of her, but apparently she supported Trump, and then she got, her bank account, PayPal, and all that crap. But listening to people in long format, like you learn so much about them, like the way that they speak, who they are as an individual, but then you also get to learn a lot about the interviewer. When I pay attention to Patrick, Bet David, when I pay attention to Dr. Peterson, when they interview someone, they interview them sincerely. Like, they let they let people speak their mind, and if they don't understand something, they ask, or if they are skeptical about a topic, they ask. And it's supposed to be an open conversation. However, with Piers Morgan, it's a little bit different. The simplest way that I can put it is kind of like, every topic is like, are you gay?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
and then they would answer, like Andrew Tate and Kanye would answer the question, and then he would go back and ask the same question: does your mama know you're gay? But then they told him that they're not gay, but I'm trying to give you the analogy. And a lot of the time when people interview you, there are different kind of interviewers, the sincere one and the one that trying to pin you down for everything. Like they take things out of context and they try to pin you down for that little things, the little things, maybe because of their constituents, their buddies in the media. And we know where Piers Morgan stand as far as, with the COVID, the lockdown, the Second Amendment. Honestly, I don't even know why Kanye and Andrew Tate went on there. But then at the same time, I also understand because, when people or the audience see the interview, and I do believe that the audience is smart enough to decide who is speaking the truth and who is spreading a message or pushing for certain agendas. Even though it's supposed to be Piers Morgan uncensored, but the way that he conducted the interview, it's not about letting the interviewee speak or express their point of view. It's about waiting for people to say the wrong thing or take things out of context and try to pin people down rather than trying to understand what they're saying.
My bum is on your lips, my bum is on your lips. And if you don't like it, you might as well just give it a little kiss. And that's the message that we deliver to little kids and expect them not to know what a woman's clitoris is.
So my friend, when after I saw the video, putting Piers Morgan aside, I've been following Andrew Tate and just kind of see where things are going. And, I've learned so much about Andrew Tate, and, my stand on Andrew Tate is the same. I think he's a genius. I understand his message. Kanye, the same way. Now, I get to see Kanye, speaking, because I never really, pay attention to his music. But now it's kind of because of that interview, I'm top G. He's one of the top Gs, right? And then, that is the only thing that I want to share in this video. Because when you go on TikTok, I don't even know why you're on TikTok. TikTok is a dangerous website. They're pushing for, certain agendas, especially the liberal agendas, the LGBT, the climate change, and we'll save climate change for another topic. But all of these people that are fighting for climate change, they are thinking that we are gonna die within 5 or 10 years, which is crazy to me. But I guess a lot of them don't understand the money that's behind the ESG movement, this whole climate change, and and then on the other side of it, oil. It's kind of you pick the worst of the two evil, the oil conglomerate, and then with the ESG movement. But in the end, I think they're kind of two sides of the same coin. So the other person, Candace Owen, you should listen to Candace Owen when she speaks, because she is the same way, very eloquent, very she is a genius. And the thing that I respect about Kanye and Candace Owen, simply because they understand, they are the black culture, And with Pac was the same way. It's not, it's about saying what is right and what is wrong, even if that means within the family. Because if we don't fix our family, there's no reason of going out there trying to point finger at at other people or at the problems that are outside of the family, kind of like what the US is doing. Like, we gotta get our house in order before we go out there and try to be the example for the world. But we are not trying to be the example for the world, we are policing the world. So there are two different concepts. And when you listen to Candace Owen and Kanye, and like Andrew Tate, it's just like Andrew Tate doesn't focus too much on the Black community, but he's focusing on humanity. His message is to raise men, for women, and understand the matrix. And with Kanye, Candace, they're the same way. They understand the matrix, but they focus more on the Black community. Because if you pay attention, my friend, if you pay attention to the Black community, okay, yes, back then it was white people suppressing Black people, but nowadays it's the Black leaders that are suppressing the Black community.
Con, that's racist.
And I think it's a very good thing. I think nobody is in a better position than Kanye and Candace, simply because they are the Black community and they are speaking their truth. So that is all. Some of the people that I listen to, for long format podcasts. Patrick Bet David podcast, Dr. Peterson, Tate Speech on Rumble, and Candace Owen. So my friend, that is it. Let me know what you think. Use the hashtag Zillionaires Club and we can have this conversation going. Much love, and I will see you in the next video. We will be discussing Binance, CZ and his views on NFTs, on altcoins, on the metaverse, on centralization and decentralization. It's going to be an interesting topic, so stay tuned. Much love.